Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Delilah from the Holistic Enchilada, and in today's video I'm going to be talking all about gym tips for your curly and wavy hair. So one of the top things that I see or get questions about and see people asking about is, what do you do with your hair when you work out? And I have some good information for you and I have some bad information for you. If you work out to the point where your hair gets completely soaked and sweaty, there's really nothing you can do other than start over. But if you're just getting a little bit sweaty and you're just having trouble figuring out what to do with your hair so that it doesn't get ruined, then I've got some tips for you. So what I do is I don't work out every day and I don't work out very intensely that often. Kind of more moderate. So I don't get super soaky sweaty. I never finish working out and I'm just drenched. That I never get that way. So I can help you if that is your problem. I do get a little bit sweaty. My hair gets a little bit crazy. I usually work out for about an hour or so. So what I like to do is pick up my hair and then I leave it up for the duration of my workout. I don't really care what it looks like. I'm going to show you. And then after that, I let my scalp dry, and then I do a little bit of a refresh, which I have some videos on my refresh. I do like a dry refresh, and then I just take it from there. So a couple of tips. If you are swimming in chlorinated water, then you have to put conditioner in your hair before you get in the water. So you can wet your hair and then put some conditioner in it. And I would suggest you braid it or put it up in a bun so that it absorbs even less of that chlorinated water. And then that way your hair is not getting as dried out and absorbing as much of the junk from the water in the pool. Of course, it's getting wet, so you're gonna have to wash and start over. If you're wetting your hair every day like that, you don't have to do like a shampoo. You can just co-wash and use a low shampoo like once or twice a week. That way you're not stripping your hair of its natural oils. Now, if you're more of a regular, not super intense gym goer like me, what I do is I use an Invisibobble and I just do a pineapple on my hair. So I'm going to show you right now. I basically flip forward and get all of my hair up here, and then I just run it twice through. I don't have a lot of hair, so I can do it twice. Some people just pull it once through and that's it. And then kind of like however it falls, I don't really care. It's usually out of my face, but once I start like running and jumping, it does get in my face, but it doesn't really bother me. If it bothers you, you can take it and clip it, or you can just not pull it all the way through, so it's kind of like this. The problem is if I do this, then I get that crease in this part of my hair and this part will straighten out. So I don't do that. I just deal with the fact that my hair is in my face and the ponytail kind of starts to fall and it'll end up like here towards the end of my workout, but I don't care. I just want to work out and I don't want to completely ruin my hair. So this is what I do. So I'll do my full workout with my hair like this. Even if it's falling, I just leave it alone. I don't care. You can add a headband if you want. Like, I do have a lot of these little hairs that like stick out, but since I have all this hanging over anyway, I don't really care. But if you get really sweaty, maybe you can put on a headband. That would be fine. The thing that you want to do is once you're done working out, you know, your scalp is all sweaty and some of your hair is kind of wet. You don't want to take it down right away. You want to leave it up until it's dry, or at least mostly dry. So that's what I do. I leave it alone. I wait for it to dry, and then I take it out of the ponytail. And sometimes it will have a little bit of an indentation. I may have lost some volume. I try to time my workouts and my wash days so that they don't coincide, and then I do my crazier, more intense workouts on wash days. That way, if my hair gets completely soaked and ruined, then I'm washing it anyway, so I'm not giving myself any extra work. But once it's dry, bring it down, and then I do a little bit of a refresh. So I get my homemade refresher spray, which is 2 pumps of my conditioner, whatever conditioner you're using, 6 drops of peppermint, 6 drops of rosemary, and 6 drops of lavender. And then I fill the rest up with water, and then I just shake it up, and I'll just spray my scalp to kind of refresh it so that, you know, you get that like funky smell after the gym, that sweaty smell. You don't want that. So it smells really good. So I'll just spray it throughout my scalp to kind of refresh my scalp, shake out my hair, and then if any parts got frizzy, like in the front, I'll just spray a little bit in my hands, and then I'll just smooth it over and do kind of like the dry refresh that I share in my refreshing video. I'll link it below so you can see, where I'm basically just smoothing my hair, and if I have to add some product, then I'll get a little bit of gel on wet hands and I'll smooth it over and scrunch it up. But for the most part, my hair doesn't really get ruined. I'll get a little bit of frizz up here, which I can usually handle with my refresh spray. If I feel like my hair is a little bit greasy, like maybe it's like day 3 or 4, then I'll add a little bit of dry shampoo before I smooth it over. I'll shake out my hair, put some dry shampoo, and then I can smooth out any of the parts that are just not looking all that great. Some people like to put the hair in a bun. Some people like to put their hair in a braid. I mean, really just experiment with what your hair can handle. I think because my hair is so fine and thin, just a few minutes of holding my hair like this will straighten out this whole part here. So I have to be very careful with what I do with my hair, and I can't really manipulate it as much as other curlies can. So that's why I just put it in a pineapple and I deal with it like that the whole time. But I know that doesn't work for everybody. Oh, if you have an oily scalp, here's a tip. You can add a little bit of witch hazel to your refresher spray, and that will help with your scalp. I have a dry scalp, so I don't put any witch hazel in there, but that's a good tip for anybody who has oily roots. Okay, now like I said before, if your hair gets ruined, like, there's really just no going back. You're super sweaty. It's gross. I mean, there's no salvaging it with a little bit of refresh. You have 2 options. You can do what I do with the refresh spray, a little bit of dry shampoo, and then just pick up your hair for the rest of that day. Maybe put it in like a little side bun over here like this. Like I have a video with a bunch of different hairstyles. You can do a side bun. You could do a side ponytail. A braid on the side. You can just pick it up. That's what I would do. I wouldn't give myself more work. Try not to do intense workouts on wash day so that you at least have one good hair day. And if you can just get away with doing a quick refresh and picking up your hair, then do that. If you can't, then you're gonna have to wash it, and I recommend that you do a co-wash. Since you're gonna be doing this a couple times a week, it is best to use something that is not going to strip your hair and dry it out. So a co-wash would be best. Honestly, I cannot recommend a co-wash for my hair type because I don't use a co-wash ever. I tried when I first started Curly Girl Method and it just weighed down my hair so much, and I honestly haven't tried it again since then. But I will be experimenting with co-washes soon. I haven't yet, so I can't really recommend one. But a lot of the popular co-washes I will list below, so you can have a look and see. I think that Mop Top is probably going to be the least heavy for fine, thin hair like mine. Definitely, I tried the Shea Moisture and it was way too much moisture for my hair. And I feel like the As I Am might be as well, but I'm not quite sure. So you can experiment with that. Try to find a good co-wash for your hair, and just basically you're gonna have to start over. Unfortunately, there's really nothing else you can do. If you have a tip for protecting hair during the gym, leave it in the comments below. Let's help each other out because I haven't thought of anything else. Or if you have a better way to refresh that can maybe salvage the curls. You can also do a wet refresh. So if your roots are not totally ruined and disgusting, then you can spend a little more time doing a wet refresh, and that just takes a few more minutes and you're able to still wear your hair down. So I've done that before too, and that works really well for me. So I've got all of this written out for you in a blog post linked below. You can check that out if you want a little bit more information and to get all the links. And if you are new to the Curly Girl Method, I also have a free 10-page beginner's guide to the Curly Girl Method ebook, which you can download, linked below as well. In this guide, I go over the basics of the Curly Girl Method, what ingredients to avoid, the steps of doing the method, for example, how to wash, condition, style, and preserve your hair. And then I even talk about the common curly girl terminology that you'll see thrown around in a lot of curly girl groups and on Instagram. So that's linked below and you can download that guide. I hope that this video was helpful. Please let me know in the comments, like I said before, if you have anything else to add. And thank you for watching this video. I will see you in the next one.